visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is what the game is in. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. Early I'm up, I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business, I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright, I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Grape colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit, your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together. Like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop, it's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired, can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my...
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the New Orleans Saints. Mason Crosby of the Packers has it teed up, and off we go from Lambeau.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Ready, 95-56.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 7, Breeze, and brought in by the tight end Cook. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Kamara. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd and 11 now. Breeze. And this is Cook with the ground. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them, because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on 3rd down.
Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll run it with Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
From back at the 3 now, this is 3rd and goal. To throw, it's Breeze. Looking for Thomas, he's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 3-yard touchdown pass as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Packers' 18-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On second down, Kamara. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down. Now Breeze. That's caught. It's Thomas. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Thomas, the lone receiver, left.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Got a man open, it's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Saints 14, Packers 0. Will Lutz to kick it off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 21. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Check.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Yellow lady. We're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
A 10th carry for Kamara. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he cuts it. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara 43 yards. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. This is caught by Williams. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, it's looking like another 3-and-out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
They're going to line up to go for this on 4th down. Rodgers stays on the field. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
Ready. Yellow waiting. Yellow waiting. To the mic. You remember me? You remember me?
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 21-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Ready. 95, 56.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. 11 yards there, 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Brees going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Brees on the draw, gives to Kamara. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Alvin Kamara with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz to try to add the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
After the run by Jones, here's first and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Here's Rodgers to throw. And able to find Allen Lazard. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Give them 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for first and 10. Off the draw, here's Williams. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Brings up second and 1 at the 32-yard line.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Here's Rodgers. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one good for 26 and a first down.
It's hard to believe when we look at the numbers that our statistician Marvin has given us about Aaron Rodgers today, that he's been held to this few. That's not normal for him.
And that explains the scoreboard, doesn't it?
It really does. As he goes, so goes his team, and he is just absolutely scintillating, but it's still not over for him yet.
Now a first down throw complete downfield. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Only took them 3 plays, and they're already in the red zone, just like that. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big, and they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack. And, boy, on this drive, it looked like the offense was really moving the football. I mean, they have been moving the football, but now they're in a tough spot. Nice play defensively.
Certainly felt like the defense decided to answer what the offense was doing. Okay, you're doing pretty well there. Guess what? We're going to bring some pressure. See if you can handle that. And they got to him on second down, and that sets up a third.
And, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 18. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I got you. Kill. You're good. Like 4, ready.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Slipping into the backfield for the sack was Oren Burks. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
Open man is Michael Thomas. The 40, the 30, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, an even 90 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And how about these strikes that we're seeing?
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told them, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. On the delay, Jones. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And Rodgers intercepted a third time. picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And his guys are going to have the football back as the third quarter comes to an end. Back now at Lambeau. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Man left, man left. 4 down, 4 down.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you could put yourself in jeopardy.
Ready.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain there of 21 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Ready. Yellow lady, yellow lady. Hey, keep it up, keep it up.
Breeze now on 1st down. Ginn has it complete. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
You don't want it.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Let's get it. Ready. 95-56, 95-56. He's heavy on the edges.
Breeze now to throw. The quick slant caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. 4 touchdown passes now for Drew Brees as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Hey, watch the slip. Watch the slip.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Lazard. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Rodgers now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Rodgers now from the gun. He'll throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now Rodgers to throw again. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Von Bell. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. The end result, 21 yards.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
But right now, maybe they're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. The first defensive back taken in this year's draft, Darnell Savage there to knock that one away. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Brees going to throw here. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Brees to throw again. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 1-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like that? And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. When you're on your own 1-yard line like they were, oftentimes you're thinking just run on any down, get some space. There they elect to throw it. It cost them.
You get the sense that they were banking on the element of surprise, right? Everyone expects you to run it there. Let's take a shot. Let's throw it. Try and create some space, some room. And it went awry, didn't it?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. The target that time.